Bone-chilling temperatures have engulfed West Michigan for days, and it's not letting up anytime soon. In this kind of weather, we often worry about pipes bursting, snow piling up, but what about our foundations and our basements? Today we have Rob from EverDry here to talk about protecting that part of our home. And we know that this weather can be so stressful in many different ways. What exactly happens to like those lower levels of our home, Rob?
Well, what happens is one of the biggest things is as the ground freezes and thaws, it'll expand and retract. So if you have any weak points in your wall, it's going to actually put hydrostatic pressure against the walls, which will push on them, causing cracks, which can lead to, water seepage, mold, bugs entering, mice, all kinds of things like that.
And we see things like this. We think about Michigan basements, and we think about sometimes damp. We think about cracks that happen. That's the kind of stuff you're talking about.
Exactly. What we're looking at here is a picture mostly along the bottom where the water has accumulated. You'll see mold growth, and that'll actually grow up the walls and attach itself to the floor joist. And this time of year when you have your furnace running, that's the lungs of your home. It can actually take that bad air from the mold and blow it up through the entire house, which can create issues for allergies, issues for asthma. If you have that kind of thing going on, is really bad for your health.
So we think about our roads and what's happening there, the expanding and contracting of roads, and we talk about the notorious Michigan potholes. Well, something like that can also happen in our basements too, when we think about those cracks that we see on our walls. Yeah,
most definitely. Again, those are caused from hydrostatic pressure, but once they get to a certain point, you can have reinforcement needs. We do a thing called stable wall or wall anchors that hold the wall in place to stop it from further movement. But you really got to watch for that, because once they start, every time that ground freezes and thaws, it expands and retracts, causing the cracks to get bigger.
Yeah.
You want to get it addressed before they get too big and go on to a point where they might collapse.
Yeah, you brought up another thing that we don't often think about, and that's air quality. Of course, we're spending a lot of time inside because the temperature is so freezing cold.
Yes.
But we're kind of trapped with the air that's in our house at the moment.
Yeah,
and it's not always good.
No, this time of year, everybody thinks that, it's so cold out, I got to seal up the house, hold all the heat in. Well, what happens is you're holding all the bad air in as well. If you have anything like this in your basement with mold, mildew, flaking, chipping paint, things like that, you're trapping that air quality. And if you notice, I haven't run in, as I was mentioning, I haven't seen really anybody at any company that isn't dealing with somebody in the office that's sick. Well, they're sick in a lot of cases because they're trapping all that air and they're just breathing that air constantly. You need to have ventilation to get that air flowing and get it exchanged with good air from outside. We have a product called Easy Breathe that will help with that. What it does is it expels the air, exchanges the air up to 10 times a day, creating a healthy, cleaner environment to breathe in.
Yeah, exactly what that looks like. We actually have a photo, and we can see right here how that is making a difference in this home.
Yes, and what it does, it draws all the air from all the way really through the entire house, but it'll draw anything heavier than air, such as contaminants, microtoxins, mold spores, anything like that are drawn down, they're discharged outside. And then how it replaces the air is from your envelope openings, your vents in the house, when you open and close doors, that kind of thing. Actually pulls the air that's outside that's better than indoor. EPA says indoor air is 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. So it replaces it, making the air cleaner inside of the home.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about people calling and getting some of these issues fixed.
Sure.
Sometimes it's a long-standing problem where people kind of know that's happening, and then we get weather like this, and it certainly doesn't help the the problem that's already there.
Yeah.
And then you may result in a bigger fix than you anticipated.
That's very true. This time of year, really, a lot of people think, boy, I better wait till spring. Well, you don't want to wait too long, especially if you have cracks and mold and that kind of thing. This is really the prime time to call, because it's really out of sight, out of mind, but this is the time to get the inspection and your mold test done. You can call 1-800-275-7910, Google EverDry Waterproofing, or you can see us at all the home shows that are coming up here around the area.
Yeah, in January.
Yes.
New Homes Remodeling Show happening at DeVos Place.
That's our first one, yes.
It kind of kicks off the season there. I know that you usually have customers, and once they get this fixed, they say, why didn't I do this sooner?
We do. If you look at Google, check out our reviews on Google. We have people that have been waterproofed with us for a couple months, up to the 27 years that we've been in business, just floored that they waited so long to do it. And it's very expensive, waterproofing is, but the value that they get out of it, they're like, why did I not do this sooner?
Right, because you have a space like this. You can say,
exactly.
Hey, I have a rec room. I have a man cave. I have this area in my space that I wasn't really, in my home that I really wasn't utilizing. And now my property value has gone up because of that.
Exactly. A lot of people do actually advertise when they're selling a home, you know, waterproofed with a lifetime warranty by EverDry.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's great to take that kind of space that's really just, you know, nasty, cold, damp environment and turn it into living space for your children, your friends, your family. And just the overall health effects are amazing.
Yeah, so. Can we do a shout out to the EverDry team?
Yes,
we know
absolutely.
You've grown in the 27 years that you've had the business, and here you are with all your employees.
We have, and I owe my life to these people. You know, I wish them all a healthy, happy New Year, and thank them for everything they've done, along with our customers. And yeah, they're absolutely the greatest people I've ever known.
Yeah, that is great. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for coming in. We appreciate you reminding us how important this is.
Sure.
You also are extending a special to people who may be watching, who may say, hey, this might be a good time for me to make some improvements or address some issues that have been lurking.
Yeah. Yep. When they call in, just mention 8 West. We're going to take $500 off our multi-step waterproofing method. And that is the method that addresses your walls, your floor, your footer, your air quality, creating a healthy, cleaner living space for you and your family.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here.
And we have much more 8 West coming up. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Are you wet?